Good morning, soon to be afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Volunteer State Community College in Gallatin, Tennessee, for today's doubleheader action between the Pioneers and the Jackson College Jets. Yesterday's game was a win for the Pioneers, 10-8. All the action appeared in the second half of the ball game. No runs scored through 4 innings. And then all 18 runs scored between the 5th and the 8th innings. Game that was tied 8-8 till the bottom of the 8th. Pioneers pushed across 2 runs. Little help from the visitors to take game 1, 10-8. That was the first ball game of the year for the Jackson College Jets. Game 8 for the Pioneers, who now have a 4-4 record. The Jets fell to 0-1. Today's game will be two 7-inning games. See the coaches, Rick Smith and Jim McGuire, out talking to our 2 umpires. They told me yesterday they would be back for the doubleheader, so that's Matt Boyd, who will be behind the plate for game 1, and Jesse Chesterfield, who will be on the bases for game 1. Here are the Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. First for the visiting Jackson College Jets. Pretty similar to yesterday's lineup. There's a couple changes. James Berry leading off, playing left field. Jared Cramp will be at second base, batting second. The shortstop and 3-hole hitter for the Jets, Josh Burke. Zach Meyer will come from behind the plate and be the designated hitter and bat fourth. Jamil Ramsey back in right field. Hitting in the 5 spot, Marcus Patton at first base. Hitting sixth, the 7-hole hitter, new player Jeswell Fernandez, playing third base. Logan Christoffel back in center field, batting eighth, and Logan Angel will be behind the plate. And catching, a freshman, Ethan Ianni, 6'1", 180 pounds, from Columbus, Indiana, will be on the mound for head coach Rick Smith. For the hometown Pioneers of Volunteer State, leading off, Jake Burris playing center field. Playing shortstop and batting second, Ethan Huddleston. Jace Mizell in right field. He will bat third, and the cleanup hitter Landon Godsey will play first base. Brody Melton, the DH, batting fifth. Carter Vrabel, batting sixth, will play third base. Second baseman Matt Hall batting seventh. Jacob Messer in left field will bat eighth. Caleb Hawkins will catch and bat ninth, and Eli Klapfelter will be on the mound. Tell you a little bit about Eli when we return after the national anthem. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Time to play ball here in Middle Tennessee. You're seeing something you didn't see all day yesterday, and that is sunshine. It is supposed to be 50, at least 1 degrees, I believe, today. We'll check the game time temperature. Need to find a good sponsor for our weather today. I'm trying to add in some of our sponsors. We'll have the MGM Industries foul ball, Full Count Ministries full count. 42 degrees currently and feels like 42. It looks like we'll get ready a little bit early as you see sophomore right-hander Eli Klotfelter out on the mound. Klotfelter from the traveling Klotfelters who have spent time in Ringgold, Georgia, in Indianapolis, Indiana, and now back in Ringgold, Georgia. 5'10", 190 pounds, sophomore, business administration major, the son of Rob and Crystal Klotfelter, and the brother to Maggie. Grandson to Pawpaw in Ringgold and Mimi in Tunnel Hill, Georgia. Has 2 starts already on the season. No decisions, 9.1 innings, giving up 10 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts. Has hit 2 batters, a 1.93 ERA, looking for that elusive first win of the year. He will be joined as the battery of Caleb Hawkins, who's behind the plate for game 1. Klotfelter appeared in 11 games a year ago, 7 starts, had a 1-3 record, 27 innings, 27 strikeouts. And he is set to begin to James Berry, who sees the first pitch in there for a called strike. We are underway a little bit early here, 11:58 Central Time. Berry swings and fouls that one hard into the parking lot, over the dugout, over the fence. And a nice ground ball, might have knocked out a tail light. We'll try to get that scoreboard up and going. 0-2 pitch now to Berry outside. Berry 1 for 4 in yesterday's game. Scored a run. Another shot into the Pioneers dugout. Having some new screening, at least in front of the dugout, and padding. Doesn't appear as though anybody was injured down there, as they point out to the field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball misses outside. Scheduled for 7 innings here today, both games. Breaking pitch that locks up Berry in there for called strike 3. Klotfelter delivers with that late breaking curveball. His first strikeout. Brings it to plate Jared Cramp, second baseman. Klotfelter starts him off with a strike. Cramp was 1 for 2 with 3 walks in yesterday's contest. Had 2 runs scored. Count goes 1-1 on the left-handed second baseman from St. Clair, Michigan. Breaking pitch, it's tapped down to third base. Vrabel's throw over to Gotze is in time for out number 2. Ball seemed to get on Cramp a little bit, and he got the handle on that one. Carter Vrabel at third, Ethan Huddleston at short, and Matt Hall second, Landon Gotze at first base. And the third straight first pitch strike. Josh Burke hitting in that 3 spot. Breaking pitch fouled off to the right side, and Klotfelter ahead. Josh Burke wearing the number 20 today. Or is he wearing? I'm sorry, he's wearing 28 as that pitch just misses. That was yesterday he was wearing 20. Here we are down there from Macomb, Michigan. Shows he's 6 foot tall. Swing and a miss on a high heater. And down goes Burke. A 1-2-3 inning for Eli Klopfelter. Good start for the Pioneers. As we will head to the bottom of the first. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back for the bottom of the first inning, where the Pioneers will send Jake Burris, Ethan Huddleston, and Jace Mizell to the plate in their Baby Blues. Debuted a week ago. Took a loss in those Baby Blues, looking for their first win, as JB, Jake Burris, will step to the plate. His mother, Sherry, came up to the press box and delivered a kind gift. Thank you to Sherry Burris and Dave Holbrook for coming down and being a spectator here in person as Burris looks at a curveball in the outside corner, called strike 2. Burris, redshirt sophomore from Grove City, Ohio. 0-2, and he taps one down to third base. Fernandez throws low that Marcus Patton digs out of the dirt for out number 1. Nice play by Patton to retire Burris. 0-2 pitch. Swung on a pitch out of the zone, but did not want to go down looking. Ethan Ianni out on the mound for the Jets. Matthew Boyd talking to somebody in the dugout already. Did he just toss somebody? Somebody got tossed in the Vol State dugout. Have absolutely no idea what could have been said, but Coach McGuire now coming down to talk with a home plate umpire before we will have Ethan Huddleston even come to the plate. So have no idea what happened. Don't know if he tossed Braden Kale, the pitching coach for the Pioneers. It's not Braden Kale, so it's somebody else that Coach McGuire is telling to go ahead and get on out. But that took a nasty turn quickly. to find out what happened later, but apparently somebody said something to the home plate umpire, Matthew Boyd, not to his liking. I didn't even see a warning or anything, but there's only 3 pitches in here in the bottom of the first inning. Ethan Huddleston will step in against Ethan Ianni. Breaking pitch down in the dirt. Huddleston 3 for 5 in yesterday's game, had a double and 3 RBIs. Big day for the Pioneers shortstop, and he will get drilled, take his base. Thankfully, that's hitting a lot more meat than the one that got him, put him out for the season last year. I believe that's his 3rd hit by pitch, and he's now tied with Carter Vrabel here in the early goings of 2023 with hit by pitches. We'll bring to the plate Jace Mizell from Metropolis, Illinois. Right fielder for the Pioneers and 3-hole hitter. Fastball stays high. Mizell 1 for 5 yesterday with a big clutch double in the 5th inning. Drive in the first 2 runs for the Pioneers. Let's get that strike off the board. Throw over to first base, not in time. Counts 1 balls, no strikes, 1 out, 1 on. All right. It's early here, folks. I'm just getting my feet wet here for there's the ball, gets away. Logan Angel retrieves it, but not in time to get Huddleston, who moves to second base on the wild pitch. Runner now in scoring position for the redshirt sophomore. The 2-0 swung on and grounded foul down the third base line. Mizell 8 hits in the 8 games that he's played. 3 doubles, a home run, 5 RBIs. Hitting .296. Started to swing, held up. Pitch stayed inside. Count goes 3-1 on the right fielder. On deck, Landon Godsey. Ianni has the sign. Comes set and delivers. Breaking pitch stays down low. Ball 4 and 2 free passes by the Jets right-hander. Puts the Pioneers in scoring position with Landon Godsey coming to the plate from Indianapolis, Indiana, hitting .435. Played in all 8 games for the Pioneers. Second on the team with hits, or in hits with 10. Huddleston leads with 12 hits. Fastball stays inside. So a hit batter, a wild pitch, and a walk after Burris grounded out. There's a fastball right down the can. Not as many people have pulled up in the left field bleachers that are not bleachers. It's actually a parking lot. We have folks that are sitting out there in lawn chairs. Hello to everybody who may be listening while you're watching the game. Huddleston dances off. Breaking pitch misses down low. Ianni has moved to 2 balls and a strike to Landon Godsey. On deck, Brody Melton, the designated hitter. Glad to have you all along here on a Saturday now afternoon. Breaking pitch swung on and driven deep out to right center field. Huddleston will tag. Christophel will make the catch on the run, fall down to his knees. Huddleston will come on over to third base but be held up by Coach Jim McGuire. A nice running catch by Christophel to keep the Pioneers off the board. Runners now at the corners. Brings to the plate Brody Milton from Tullahoma, Tennessee. Playing in his 6th game of the year. Has 3 hits, including a triple. Likes to swing, and likes to swing early in the count. Won't swing on that one as pitch goes in and out of Logan Angel's glove. It almost looked like a delayed steal right there by Mizell. I thought he was going whether that ball was down low, because I don't think the ball actually went in the dirt. I'm going to show a stolen base. Again, my scorebook is not official. Count now goes 2 balls and no strikes to Brody Melton with 2 runners in scoring position. .6'4", 205-pound true freshman Brody Melton. Pitch right at the knees, called a strike. Not the pitch that Melton was looking to drive. Had a big fall for the Pioneers. Hit 400 plus. Swinging a fly ball out to right field. This should be piece of cake. Jamil Ramsey does not see it. It ends up dropping, and 2 runs will score on the Sunfield double for Brody Melton. Ethan Ianni thought he was out of the inning, and I thought he was out of the inning too, but Jamil Ramsey apparently lost that ball in the sun. Brody Melton will be gifted a 2 RBI double to get the Pioneers on the board. So the hit by pitch and the walk come back to haunt Ethan Ianni. Carter Vrabel steps to the plate. Fastball sails high. I need an intern. Swinging a pop-up off to the right side. Might be playable. Marcus Patton comes over and makes the catch outside of your viewing area, right in front of the dugout for out number 3. The Pioneers get 2 runs on only 1 hit, which was a fly ball that Jamil Ramsey lost in the sun. No errors. 1 runner left on base after 1 complete. Pioneers lead 2-0. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Going to the top of the second inning. Jackson College Jets send Zach Meyer to the plate. First pitch he sees in inside corner, called strike one. Swinging a foul straight back. Klotfelter getting ahead. That's 4 straight batters he's delivered a first pitch strike to and has retired the first 3. Ground ball up the middle. Huddleston charges, fields, and throws to Godsey. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the second inning. Well, we think we figured out who it was that got tossed from the game, and it happened to be starting center fielder and leadoff batter Jake Burris. Not sure what was said, but whatever it was, home plate umpire did not appreciate it. A swing and a miss by Jamil Ramsey. Pitch misses, a little bit of breaking pitch right there by Klotfelter. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ramsey, the right fielder from Ypsilanti, and he'll take one off the upper left arm and move on down to first base on the hit by pitch. First base runner for the Jets today reaches via the hit by pitch, which is exactly how the Pioneers rally started in the bottom of the first inning. Ethan Huddleston was hit by a pitch, later scored along with Jace Mizell on what should have been a routine fly ball that got caught in the sun. Now Marcus Patton steps to the plate and he looks at a called strike. 6 straight batters for Eli Klotfelter. For the first pitch strike. Runner goes, and that pitch hits Patton. Klotfelter all of a sudden is trying to pitch inside and throwing a little bit too far inside. He hit 2 batters in his last game or last outing against Southwestern Illinois College. Now Jeswell Fernandez steps to the plate with 2 on and 1 out. Did not play in yesterday's 9-inning game from Lakeland, Florida. Squares around to bunt, breaking pitch, called strike, throw down to first base, and they got Marcus Patton on the back pick. Apologize, watching the game instead of producing it. Trying to watch 3 things at one time. The strike call on the batter and then the play. But Patton was way off the base. Godsey actually was off the base as well, but the throw led him back to the bag. So a pickoff of Marcus Patton. 2-3, and the Pioneers now an out away from getting out of this little jam. Little soft line drive out to Matt Hall, who throws high over Landon Godsey's head, and that will allow Jamil Ramsey to come across the plate to score the first run for the Jets. Matt Hall, I think, just had too much time to think about that. So 2 unfortunate incidents have resulted in runs being scored by both teams. Ramsey's not considered an error as got caught up in the sun as Christoffel swings and misses. No RBI for Jeswell Fernandez, but a run nonetheless, as both hit batters leading off or that reached for both teams have scored. Breaking pitch down low, throw to second base. Looks like it's in time to retire Fernandez, as he is caught stealing 2-4. So the Jets get an unearned run. No hits. There was that costly error and no runners left on base. After 1.5, yesterday there was no runs scored the first 8 half innings, and we've got runs in 2 of the first 3 half innings. Pioneers lead 2-1 heading to the bottom of the second. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Pioneers bat in the home half of the second inning. Matt Hall, Jacob Messer, Caleb Hawkins, 7, 8, and 9 are due up for the Pioneers. Sent 6 batters to the plate in the first. First pitch to Hall, misses. Matt Hall from Lexington, Kentucky. Played in 7 of the 8 games, and he fouls one down past the Pioneers dugout. The son of Mark and Tracy Hall. He's a sophomore. Has 5 hits on the season. And he looks at a pitch on the outside corner called strike. That breaking pitch sails a little too far out. The count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the Pioneers second baseman. Swinging a drive out to right center field, but Christoffel, who can cover ground out there, makes a diving catch in right center field to retire Matt Hall. It's a freshman out there in center field, and he's got equipment issues now, as looks like he's broken his glasses, drops his glove, drops his hat. Not sure if he's injured or not, but apparently getting an exchange of glasses. Puts those on, and Jamil Ramsey, and he's got glasses on out there right now, and he's practicing a ball in the sun as we speak. So with 1 out, Jacob Messer steps to the plate from Memphis, Tennessee, Memphis University School, 3rd-year player here at Vol State. Fouls that ball off of his foot. Six foot, 205-pound outfielder, son of Dr. Timothy Messer and Dr. Andrea Smith, brother to Aubrey and Ella Kate. Played in 15 games a year ago, had 20 at-bats, 6 hits, 1 home run, 1 double, 4 RBIs. Changeup. This is down low. Messer played in 5 games so far, looking for his first hit of the season. Has had a very, very tough start to 2023. Looking to be aggressive on a 2-1 pitch right here. And he will just get it off the nub over to Burkett, shortstop, who picks and throws to Marcus Patton for out number 2. Brings to the plate Caleb Hawkins from Smyrna, Tennessee. Also a red shirt sophomore. 6'2", 190 pounds from Stewart's Creek High School. Breaking pitch misses outside. Hawkins, the son of Ray and Misty, brother to Grant, Haley, and Hannah, grandson, grandmother, and Bobby in Hendersonville, and Granny in Smyrna. And he swings and pops one way up in the air to shallow left field. In comes Barry, and he will make the catch for the 3rd out in the bottom of the 2nd inning, as the Pioneers are retired in order. After 2, Pioneers lead 2-1. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Welcome back to the campus of Volunteer State Community College. We're in game 1 of today's doubleheader action between Vol State Pioneers and the Jackson College Jets. Jackson College from Jackson, Michigan. How many miles out of Detroit is that, Christian? Is that about an hour away? 45 minutes? Hour and a half? Okay, it's west of Detroit. Leading off, Logan Christoffel, and he swings and flares one in the right center field, and Jace Mizell will come over and make a running catch. So Christoffel has taken 2 would-be hits away from Pioneers. Jace Mizell just takes a double away from Logan Christoffel, the starting center fielder. Logan Angel steps into the box. Number 9 hole hitter for the Jets. Angel 1 for 4 in yesterday's game, scored a run. Big sweeping curveball by Eli Klopfelter, misses outside. Klopfelter in for his 3rd inning of work. This might be the first batter he's not thrown a strike to the first pitch. And he's gone 2-0 now to Logan Angel. There's a fastball in the outside corner called strike. Angel from Fenton, Michigan, 6 foot, 235 pound sophomore. Was a DH in yesterday's game. There's a very sharp breaking pitch that goes to the backstop. Not sure if Klopfelter calls that a slider or a breaking pitch. 3-1 fastball at the knees, called strike, and we'll have our first Full Count Ministries full count of the day. Yesterday, only 2 times did somebody swing, and there's a swing and a miss on a pitch way out of the zone. And Angel got to be kicking himself on the way back to the dugout on that one. 3rd strikeout by Klopfelter. Jets 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Back to the top of the order, James Berry, who struck out looking on a sharp breaking pitch. Swings, it's a high bouncer to shortstop. Huddleston tries, but the only play to be made right there was if Carter Vrabel could have cut in front of Ethan Huddleston at short to make that throw, and honestly, I don't think anybody was going to make that play. An infield single for James Berry. Brings Jared Cramp to the plate. He grounded out to Vrabel at 3rd base. Throw over to first, not in time. The Jets not afraid to move on the bases. Very a normal lead. Like a changeup delivered to Cramp down low. Hoping to get up to the low 50s today here in Middle Tennessee. Game time temperatures, another throw over to first base. Not in time. Only increased 2 degrees since game time. 44 now, but it is sunny. Jamil Ramsey not too happy about that part of the weather report. Klopfelter keeping Berry close. Another throw over. He's trying to tire out the leadoff batter and left fielder for the Jackson College Jets. Either that or he's trying to give me practice on how to switch between cameras. Now gone 2-0 to Cramp. Second baseman for the Jets. 2 outs. Top of the 3rd inning. There's a ground ball in the hole between first and second. That'll get to right field. Jace Mizell comes in and makes a strong throw to the cutoff man. A 2-out rally for the Jets as infield single and a seeing eye single. Put runners at first and second for the 3-hole batter, Josh Burke. Struck out in his first plate appearance yesterday, was not retired officially. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. That one looked like it was going to hit him in the left hip. Came across on the outside corner. Very sharp breaker. Burke yesterday's day consisted of 3 hits, a hit by pitch, and a walk. But on one of his hits, he's trying to go for his 3rd double of the day. Was thrown out. There's another breaking pitch on the outside corner. And that was an ill-advised play yesterday by Burke. He was toasted pretty good by Hunter Searcy, who was a left fielder yesterday. Jacob Messer out in left field now. Just joining us, Jay Sharla has come in for Jake Burris in center field. Swing and a miss. Actually, apparently a foul ball as it came out of Caleb Hawkins' glove. I didn't think he tipped it, but everybody else down there knew that he had, and will do the 0-2 pitch once again. Fastball high and outside. So Berry at first, or second, Jared Cramp at first. Two pretty good fleet-footed runners out there. Almost got him on an 0-2 breaking pitch and has now gone 2 balls, 2 strikes to the third batter in the order, Josh Burke. Swing and a miss. And down goes Burke for the second time. And the 4th strikeout by Klopfelter. Big out there as the rally is squashed. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. 2-1, Pioneers lead. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Leading off for the Pioneers in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Big Jay Sharla from Riverdale High School. The son of Jake and Delyn, and he sees the first pitch delivered by Ethan Annie and in there for a called strike. Sharla came in for Jake Burris, who was ejected, and there's a line drive into center field. Christoffel comes in a couple steps and will make the grab. If you're going to hit it out there to center field, you're going to need to get that ball down. That young man out there will make the catch. With 1 out, Ethan Huddleston steps to the plate. He was hit by a pitch and scored. He will lay down a bunt to third base, and they won't have a shot at that. That is a part of his game that I think we're going to see a lot more of this year. It's going to be a huge help for him offensively as well as the Pioneers. And he made that easily with Jeswell Fernandez playing back. That was a perfectly placed bunt. Jace Mizell steps to the plate. He walked and scored in the 1st inning. Didn't look like much of a set right there as he fouls that one off toward the Pioneers dugout. One of the Jets pitchers yesterday who delivered a pitch that Carter Vrabel bunted and sacrificed on, but a balk was called for that very reason, not a set. There's a throw over to first base. Huddleston looked like he was going on the pitch, but was able to get back in time. Let's see if Ianni throws over again. He does. Huddleston back in time. Guess this is where we need to go to the split screen. Fastballs high to Mizell. I've got 1-1. Do you actually? Are you changing it, Tyler? Okay. There we go. On our brand new Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard, Breaking pitch stays inside. Huddleston bluffed, but stayed at first base. So if you were getting a Fox broadcast or a ESPN or professionally done, you probably would see a split screen right here. But, folks, it's better than nothing. 2-1, grounded foul past the Pioneers dugout. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes to the pride of Metropolis, Illinois, along with all the Mizels and the Rices who were here at least in yesterday's game. Not sure if Alan and Marcia Rice from Metropolis, one set of grandparents. Runner goes, ball's lifted in the air. Looks like it'll be playable for James Berry. Look at Christoffel go over, and he steals that ball from James Berry, and he's more in left field than he is in left center field. But he makes the catch. He doesn't cause the ball to drop, which is a very high likelihood of a play like that. But Christoffel, not sure where he was there. And he just kept going. I'm telling you, the guy just goes, gets anything that's in the air. And he made the catch for out number 2. That brings Landon Godsey to the plate with 2 outs. Huddleston at first. Swing and a miss. Actually, a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. So says the home plate umpire. I'd be surprised if we don't see Huddleston take off here in the next couple pitches. Swinging a drive out to center field. Back goes Christoffel. He's not going to get to this one. It one hops the wall. Huddleston steps on third, and he will keep coming on the stand-up double by Landon Godsey to give the Pioneers a 3-1 lead. Wind not blowing in like it was yesterday. Almost looks like there's a little bit of a wind going out, and that ball got up in the air. And Godsey, strong young man, put a charge in it, but I thought off the bat Christoffel was going to be able to score on that one. I mean, make the grab on that one, but he was not. Brody Melton steps in, and he hits one, and Coach McGuire has no choice but to try to field that one, as that one hopped him right into the chest. He got a hand on it, but it did take a little bite out of him. He's okay. He's tough. Probably could have been a hockey player. Strike one to Melton. Swings and misses on a changeup inside. So a 2-out RBI by Landon Godsey gives him 8 on the season, 8 RBIs, which leads the club. Ethan Huddleston with 6. Ball in the dirt, blocked by Angel. Keeping Godsey at second base. 2 hits in the inning, a bunt single by Ethan Huddleston. After Mizell flies out, Landon Godsey delivers 2-out double. Fastball that stays high to the 6'4" Brody Melton. I think he might be the tallest position player we have. We have Caleb Pica, yesterday's winner, 6'6". Might be 2 of the taller players on the squad. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. And Brody Melton will go down. He hit that fly ball out to right center field that Jamil Ramsey lost in the sun, but will go down swinging here to retire the Pioneers, who score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We're through 3, scheduled for 7. Pioneers lead 3-1. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. Demery's back for the top of the fourth inning. The Jackson College Jets will send 4, 5, and 6 to the plate to face Eli Klotfelter out for his fourth inning of work. Zach Meyer, Jamil Ramsey, and Marcus Patton. Klotfelter delivers the first pitch, breaking pitch, in there for a called strike. Thank you for joining us today for doubleheader action as Meyer lines one down the third base line. That is in for extra bases. Jacob Messer up, throws into third base, but a stand-up double for Zach Meyer right down that left field line. And the Jets have something going here in the top of the fourth inning. Jamil Ramsey will step to the plate. He was hit by a pitch and scored the lone run for the Jets. He will be hit by another pitch. I didn't look. Is he standing right on the plate? It's the third hit batter for Klotfelter, but that looked like a fastball that he's trying to get inside. Out of the dugout will come pitching coach Braden Kale for his first visit to talk to Eli Klotfelter. But runners now at first and second with nobody out. You would expect Marcus Patton, who was in a situation with Ramsey on at first base. Looked like I think he was squaring around a bunt in his last at-bat, and he ended up getting hit by a pitch. So wouldn't be surprised to see a sac bunt attempt here. I want to thank you to those yesterday who sent emails. Got one from Scott Burris today, father of Jake Burris. Up in outside of Columbus, Ohio. And I want to apologize to the Vamus family for mispronouncing their son's name. Mitch Vamus says Patton is not squaring around a bunt. Checks his swing on that big sweeping curveball. So Susan Vamus says it rhymes with famous. Breaking pitch misses down low. He's got a couple different angles on that breaking pitch. One that sweeps from left to right, and then one that more of an angle down. There's a fastball up the middle, could be two. Huddleston steps on second, throws to first. Just what the doctor ordered, a 6-3 double play. Two outs now, and Meyer moves down to third base. Ramsey out unassisted at second as Huddleston stepped on the bag on that nice hopper. That brings Jeswell Fernandez to the plate. Sees a big sweeping curveball in there for a called strike. Klotfelter looking to get out of the 2-on, nobody out jam. Fastball misses just down low. Fernandez hit a ground ball to Matt Hall in the second inning. Should have ended the inning, but Hall fielded it cleanly and had just too much time on his hands and airmailed that throw over Godsey's head and allowed Ramsey to score. Swinging a foul ball toward the Pioneers dugout off the top rail as players now just trying to get out of the way. Base umpire Jesse Chesterfield is motioning now. Looks like maybe some players are outside of the dugout, and he's asking them to get into the dugout. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner at third. Clotfelter trying to shut this rally down. On deck, Logan Christoffel. Breaking pitch, Fernandez tried to hold up. I didn't see the home plate umpire actually check with the base umpire, but base umpire gave his opinion, said he did not go, so we'll have a full count. Ministries, full count. And that one sails over the head of Fernandez, not even close to the plate. He will take a stroll down to first base. First walk of the ball game by Clotfelter. He's got 3 hit batters. So 4 free passes. 1 of them have come across the plate. You know, a first and third situation with Christoffel at the plate. Breaking pitch on the outside corner called strike. Christoffel flew out to Jace Mizell in right center field. It's a nice running catch by Jace. That had double written all over it. Throw over to first base. Not in time. Shows Logan Christoffel on their roster as an outfielder and a pitcher. 6'2", 155-pound freshman. Been in the starting lineup both games. There's a breaking pitch that just missed, hitting Christoffel. A little bit of effort. He could have loaded the bases there and wouldn't even have had to have any ice on him. Throw over to first, not in time. Slow roller to Matt Hall, comes gloves and throws to first base. Accurately and in time to retire Logan Christoffel for the third out. The Jets threaten, but cannot get that clutch hit. No runs, 1 hit. No errors. 2 runners left on base. We're through 3.5. Halfway done here with game 1. 3-1 Pioneer lead. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Leading off the bottom of the 4th inning for the Pioneers, Carter Vrabel popped out to the first baseman in foul territory to end inning number 1, and he will take his base on a hit batter, his 4th of the season. Coach must give him a uniform every year that has a target on it. Second hit batter of the game by Ethan Ianni. Vrabel was hit 7 times a year ago. And brings Matt Hall to the plate, and he'll swing and hit a tapper down the third base line that does not hit Coach McGuire. Hall lined out to Christoffel in center field to lead off the second inning. Vrabel can move down there at first base. I wouldn't be surprised to see a hit and run, maybe not on an 0-1 count, but breaking pitch hits Matt Hall. So both pitchers have now hit 3 batters in the contest, and that's the second time today we've had back-to-back hit batters. Not a way you want to start an inning if you're a pitcher or the defenders. Brings to the plate Jacob Messer. See, there's a good chance we might see a bunt right here. Nobody out, 2 runners on. Messer put one right down that third base line, and there he is squaring, and there's the bunt out to the pitcher. Messer hustling down the line, and Ianni delivers to Patton. Almost looked a little too nonchalant, but Messer delivers the sacrifice bunt. On the play, Hall moves to second. Vrabel moves to third.
Now batting, number 17, Hawkins.
Caleb Hawkins steps to the plate. Good time right now, Caleb, for your first hit of the year. Good hitter, hit .299 a year ago. Looks at a fastball well placed on that outside corner. Called strike. Within, I think, the last 3, 4, or 5 months, Caleb Hawkins has obtained his pilot's license, he told me. Would love to be a commercial pilot, I believe. Swings and fouls that breaking pitch toward the Jets dugout. On deck, Big J Charla. Ianni has Hawkins where he wants him, down 0-2. Part of the infield is in, and there's a close pitch on the outside corner. I've seen that pitch called a strike, but the right side of the infield is playing in. Second baseman Jared Cramp is playing just off the grass. Marcus Patton even with the bag. Shortstop Josh Burke playing back in his regular position, as is Fernandez at third. That pitch almost hits Hawkins, gets in off the glove of Logan Angel, and that will score 1 run for the Pioneers. On the wild pitch, it's a fastball that seemed like it kept going toward Hawkins. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the Pioneers now lead 4-1. Now everybody's in as Hawkins hits one deep to left field. Back goes Barry, and that ball is gone. What a way to get your first hit of the season. Caleb Hawkins just reached out and touched that curveball. Limp flag out there in center field, and he delivers that ball just over the left field fence. I'm not sure who it is that's sitting out there, but they about got hit with a home run ball. 2-run bomb by Caleb Hawkins clears the bases, gives the Pioneers a 6-1 lead. Brings to the plate Big J Charla. He swings at the first pitch he sees. It's a fly ball out the left field. Barry has no trouble with that play. So Charla goes down on the first pitch he sees. He's now 0 for 2.
Now batting, number 3.
Brings it to play Ethan Huddleston. Had a bunt single in his last plate appearance, and now one pitch has sailed over the top of Huddleston's head. Didn't seem like he appreciated that very much. I don't see how Ianni could have been trying to hit him with that, and Huddleston swings and misses at a fastball inside. 3 runs have come across in the inning after 2 hit batters, a sac bunt, and a 2-run home run. That ball's hit high in the air in the infield. Marcus Patton in foul, now fair territory, will make the catch for out number 3. You definitely want to run all those out with the sun being where it is, but that ball was hit over the top of the sun. But the Pioneers, a productive inning. 3 runs on only 1 hit. No errors, nobody left on base. After 4 complete, the Pioneers lead 6-1. Thank you for tuning in to the Vol State Sports Network. Pioneers with three runs in the bottom of the 4th take a 5-run lead over the Jackson College Jets. And we move to the top of the 5th inning. Logan Angel steps to the plate for the Jets. Eli Klotfelter still out on the mound for the Pioneers, delivers breaking pitch high. Angel struck out swinging on a 3-2 pitch. It was over his head. Swings and pops that one up. That could be playable. It's in foul territory. Hawkins comes back to the screen, and it falls off of, I believe, the top of the brick backstop. Hawkins not able to get all the way to the screen to make the catch. I thought he had room. I don't think it hit the netting before falling to the brick facade. Logan Angel gets another shot with a 1-1 count. Breaking pitch over the plate. Guessing at the knees. That thing takes a hard left turn when it gets to the plate. 1-2 pitch. Swing and another high fastball. Logan Angel could not hold up. 5 strikeouts now for Klotfelter after 4 1/3. That brings to the plate leadoff batter James Berry, who had an infield single on a chopper to shortstop. Bats from the left side. Swings and drives one out to left center field. Back goes Charla to the fence, and that ball is out of here. James Berry put a charge into that one. Charla thought he had a shot at it, but Berry went opposite field over the Vol State sign out there in left center field. First pitch swinging, James Berry, his first home run of the year. No home runs in yesterday's 10-8 game with the wind blowing in. We've had 2 home runs here in the last several batters. How many batters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 batters, 2 home runs. Jared Cramp steps to the plate. Now goes 2-0. See how Klotfelter handles the big fly delivered by James Berry. 2-0 fastball gets the call on that pitch, running into the right-hander's batter's box. 2-1 pitch. Breaking pitch swing and maybe a foul ball. Not sure if Caleb Hawkins' glove was, or his arm was hit, or he hit the umpire, but he threw a one-hopper back to Klotfelter, who looked in. We have a full count Ministries full count to Jared Cramp with 1 out and 1 in. Breaking pitch on the outside corner for called strike 3. Six strikeouts for Klotfelter. The second one of the caught looking variety. Josh Burke, who struck out twice, steps to the plate with 2 outs. Breaking pitch misses inside. Burke was not retired at the plate in yesterday's game in 5 plate appearances. Did get caught thrown out at second base, but today is yet to reach first base. Klotfelter may have been a little upset on that pitch right there. I think that pitch has been close to being called a strike. There's a breaking pitch that fouled off of Burke's foot. Trickles down toward Carter Vrabel at third base. Two runs, 4 hits. No errors for the Jets. 6 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Pioneers. Swing and a miss. And Burke goes down for the 3rd time as Klotfelter strikes out the side. There was a solo shot by James Berry sandwiched in there. Pioneers still lead 6-2 heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. Moving to the bottom of the 5th inning, we have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Jackson College Jets. On in relief of Ethan Ianni is right-handed freshman Brendan Cole. 6'3", 180-pound right-hander from St. Clair, Michigan. One of the St. Clair tribe, apparently. We have Jerry Cramp, Brendan Cole. I thought there was a couple other players that baseball staff talked about yesterday. I guess I have to go look at the email they sent. Got an email from the St. Clair High School coaching staff, I believe, yesterday. Nick Black, I think. There we go. The entire St. Clair High School baseball staff checking in. Support Luke Murkow, Brendan Cole, and Jared Cramp. Murkow shows Emmett, Michigan, okay, on the roster, but apparently from St. Clair. So Brendan Cole on in relief to face 3, 4, and 5 of the Pioneers lineup here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch inside moves Mizell off the plate. Ethan Ianni goes 4 innings, gives up 4 hits, 6 runs that were earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 3 hit batters, and gives up 1 home run. Jace Mizell has a walk, a run scored, and a flyout. Looking for his first hit of today's action. Started out at Wabash Valley College, transferred to Volunteer State last year. Hits a towering pop-up in the infield. Fernandez over and now backs up, and that ball will drop just to the left of Fernandez. And Mizell will reach on the error. He shouldn't have had any problem with the sun there, but may have been a high sky here also. There's no clouds in the sky, and that can also cause problems on depth perception and just vision itself. So error to start off the bottom of the 5th. Landon Godsey will come to the plate. He had hit a 1-hop double to right center field that Logan Christoffel could not reach. Drove in Ethan Huddleston. Now 2 balls and no strikes. Logan Angel not endearing himself to the tall right-hander out there. He keeps throwing the ball at his shins. I remember in college, my freshman year, pitcher said, throw the ball up around my shoulder as time's called. Caught a balk. Not sure what he did, but pitching coach Gary Goodwin, or is that Rick Smith right there, I guess? That is the head coach right there, right? Rick Smith coming out of the dugout to talk to the right-hander. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but we'll move Jace Mizell down to second base on our scoreboard. Godsey now with a runner in scoring position. Drives the ball into center field, and it 1-hops Christoffel as McGuire will have to hold him up. The throw over the head of Marcus Patton, the cutoff man, but Landon Godsey does not attempt to move up. A line drive base hit that Mizell had to hold up on. See if Christoffel was going to make the catch. So Godsey now 2 for 3. But he runners at first and third, and Brody Melton steps to the plate. 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. In a nice position here. First and third, nobody out. Looking to drive a ball into the outfield is the freshman, Brody Melton. Fastball stays high. On deck, Carter Vrabel. Pioneers might be getting some of their big guns hot here and need to get Carter Vrabel going. There's a 3-0 count now to Brody Melton. Carter Vrabel led the team last year in 12 home runs, 40 RBIs. Brody Melton could be one of those young players that could carry the Pioneers as well. Strong young man, and he will take a 4-pitch walk. Ball gets away from Angel, and in comes Jace Mizell sliding, and he will score on the wild pitch. Pioneers get that run back that they gave up in the top of the 5th.
Now batting, number 10, Carter Vrabel.
Carter Vrabel steps to the plate with runners at first and second and nobody out. Wind blowing a little bit out, a little bit to the left field. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Pioneers with 2 in the first, 1 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and 1 so far here in the 5th. Take a 7-2 lead. One game won yesterday, 10-8. Did not take the lead until they scored the 9th run. Vrabel able to hold up on that breaking pitch that Angel slid out to the right side to keep in front. Carter Vrabel popped up to the first baseman, was hit by a pitch. Later scored on a wild pitch. Inside move, no throw from Cole. And that's his 1 fake to a base that he's allowed per batter. If he does it again, it'll be a ball called on the batter. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Vrabel now down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I know Carter Vrabel has seen a couple of these balls go out of the yard here on the left side of the Pioneer Field here at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex, and nothing he likes any better than to see a ball get off his bat and get out of the ballpark. 1-2 pitch. Fastball high and at the hands. Thank you all for taking time on this Saturday afternoon to join us here on the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. Vrabel stays alive on that breaking pitch. First weekend of the regular season for the 2-camera system here on the Vol State Sports Network. Debuted it yesterday. Made a slight tweak. I don't know if you'll even know it happened. Maybe you will. I'll see it when the day's over to see if it made any difference. 2-2. Swung on and lifted out to right center field. Christoffel is over, and he will go right in front of Jalen Ramsey, not endearing himself to his fellow outfielders and make the catch, and no one can move up. He is a true freshman, right, Christian? Okay. So somebody will school him that there are other fielders out there in the outfield. And it's just not proper etiquette to go run in front of somebody who's camped under a ball to make the grab. I'm talking like a former player here, and a former right fielder, actually. So 1 out. Matt Hall steps to the plate. He also was hit by a pitch and scored in the 4th inning. Fastball down in the dirt. He can go get him. I mean, maybe you could play with 5 infielders. What do you think, Tyler Holsworth, who's back from the sick bed? I'm telling you, he can go line to line and catch them. Swinging a line drive over the visiting dugout. Through the trees in front of the maintenance shed down to the right. One out, two on. An error on a pop-up in the infield, and then a line drive single by Landon Gotze. The center field has already scored one run on a wild pitch and a walk as Matt Hall fouls that one off. Brody Melton on his walk. Ball got away from Logan Angel. Jace Mizell was able to score. Landon Gotze moved down to second base. Of course, he was going to move to second base on the walk regardless. And that's where he stands with a 1-2 count to Matt Hall. Time called at the plate. Asked for by Matt Hall and granted by home plate umpire Matt Boyd. Just as Brendan Cole was about to deliver the 1-2 pitch. Eli Klapfelter's gone all 5 innings so far for the Pioneers. We'll see if he comes out for the 6th. That ball sails high. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck, we have a pinch hitter, Landon Luderman. I'm sorry, I keep thinking that's Luderman wearing the number 5, but Jacob Messer is taken, and they both hit from the left side. We only have 4 left-handed hitters, and it's going to take me a while to remember that Jacob Messer wears number 5. Matt Hall fouls another one off. So that is still Jacob Messer on deck, who had a nice sacrifice bunt in his last at-bat to set up 2 runners who came home to score. If he gets up this inning, he won't be asked to lay down a bunt, I don't believe. Matt Hall trying to get something into a gap. 2-2 pitch. Breaking pitch. He was unable to hold up. Nice pitch by Brendan Cole. Matt Hall goes down swinging for the second out of the 5th inning. Brendan Cole on in relief of Ethan Ianni. Gets his first strikeout of the year. Jacob Messer steps to the plate with 2 outs and 2 on. Trying to deliver for Vol State. First pitch. It's a pitcher's pitch on the outside corner called strike. Don't want to swing at that one anyway, Jacob. Unless you're going to serve that out into the left field. Serves one out in the left field. That goes toward the line. James Berry will get over and make the catch in fair territory. Messer flirted with that line, just lifted up in the air too long. The Pioneers do score 1 unearned run on 1 hit with that 1 error to start the inning and 2 runners left on base. After 5 complete, the Pioneers lead 7-2. Just keep it right here. I want to tell you about the Vol State Baseball Alumni Brick Fundraiser. If you were with us last weekend, Butch Hunter, true name Greg Hunter, came up. He's a Vol State alum. I'm the Belmont alum. Vol State alum from the late 70s, and he is spearheading the brick fundraiser, trying to purchase 100 bricks to raise over $8,000 for the Vol State baseball program. I believe 40 have been purchased already. This would be a nice gift to your son, your grandson, your nephew. Got a bunch of players this year that this is their last year. Can't stay in junior college forever. 3rd year for several players, but have their name and the years they played and the positions they played imprinted on there, and we will have those bricks laid in a patio area just inside the fence here at Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. So you can get a hold of Greg Hunter at hunterpack@comcast.net. HUNTER pack, PACK at comcast.net, or I'll put my email address up there. Several of you have emailed me in the past. Looks like I'm going to have to move that. Let's try to move the right one. There we go. Since I moved my scoreboard down to the right or left side, I had to move my email address over, treesports@gmail.com. You can email me, and I can forward that on to Greg Hunter. If you're interested, we can get you the order form for that, or you can also even email volstate.edu/athletics, and there's probably a mention of that on there as well. Bobby Hudson, the athletic director, or head coach Jim McGuire would also have information regarding the Alumni Brick fundraiser. We will have an alumni weekend later on in the season, and hopefully have a good number of folks show up for that weekend, as we have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Dan Reinhardt now on in relief of Eli Klapfelter. Reinhardt goes 0-2 to start against Zach Meyer, who delivered a double down the left field line in his last plate appearance. Left-hander out of Collinwood, Tennessee. Throws a fastball outside. And a little exercise for Matt Hall as he goes and retrieves that ball in shallow center field. Reinhardt, a redshirt sophomore, 6'3", 190 pounds, from Wayne County, Tennessee. Son of Brett and Jana Reinhardt, brother to Trace. Grandparents who live in Iron City, Tennessee, Papaw and Granny. Meyer stays in the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Reinhardt transfer from Walter State Community College a year ago. Appeared in 13 games, started 2, has now gone to a full count to the first batter he's faced. A full count Ministries, full count. Swinging a drive out to left field, and that will get down in front of Messer. Meyer now 2 for his last 2. And a leadoff single. And we are 0 for 2 on full count first pitch foul balls. The 5th hit of the ball game for the Jets. Brings it to plate Jamil Ramsey. He's been hit by a pitch twice. Maybe he changed jerseys. That 6 might look like a target on the back. Gets one close there. Steps away from it, though. Tired of getting bruised. 2 balls, no strikes to Ramsey. On deck, Marcus Patton. Reinhardt gets the strike call in that outside corner. Both starting pitchers finished with 3 hit batters. Klopfelter goes 5 innings, gives up 4 hits, 2 runs that were earned, walked 1, 7 strikeouts. Ramsey lifts one high out to left field. Messer appears to be under it, makes the one-handed grab. 4 out, number 1. So a good outing by Eli Klopfelter now in his 3rd start. Does give up a home run to James Berry. Gives way to Danton Reinhardt. Now facing Marcus Patton with 1 out and 1 on. Breaking pitch called strike. That'll be a pass ball on Caleb Hawkins as that goes to the backstop. Not sure if he was crossed up on that one or not, but a breaking pitch that Hawkins just could not handle. If you want to send me an email, even if you're from the visiting Jackson College Jets, feel free to do so. Let me know where you're listening from, who you're rooting for. Tried to check a swing, could not hold up. Strike 2. Nasty looking breaking pitch that Reinhardt delivers to the right-hander. Trying to set down the 2nd out as that ball's fouled off to the right side. Send an email like Scott Burris has. Brendan Mizell also checked in this morning. Said that the Mizells are watching, and maybe next week, if it warms up, they'll get here in person. Rooting for Jace Mizell. Swinging another foul straight back. Our regular watchers and listeners, Mizells, we have the McDaniels out of Grove City, Ohio. For Jake Burris, Barbara Molnar checked in yesterday as well. Mother of Logan Molnar. 0-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball to short. Runner stays at second. Huddleston throws to first to retire Patton. It's 2 outs. Here in the top of the 6th inning, scheduled for 7 innings here each game of the doubleheader. The Jets now down to their last 4 outs as Jeswell Fernandez steps to the plate from Lakeland, Florida. 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Fernandez reached on an error and has walked. Logan Christoffel on deck. Breaking pitch in there at the knees. Called strike. A leadoff single by Zach Meyer into left field, followed by a fly out to left and a ground out to short. There is strike 3 called on the inside corner, and down goes Fernandez. He will be caught looking for the first strikeout by Danton Reinhardt. Come on in relief of Eli Klopfelter here in the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Bottom of the sixth we go. Caleb Hawkins, and then the top of the order for the Pioneers, who lead 7-2. Jackson College Jets, 1 inning to get back on in this one. The Pioneers trying to play add-on here in the sixth. Caleb Hawkins with a 2-run home run in his last plate appearance. Looks at breaking pitch down in the dirt. Hawkins gets his first hit of the year. Big fly, and fouls that one off to the right side of the press box. The newly remodeled press box. Thank you to MGM Industries for the new windows. Right rug flooring for the new carpet squares. And Dudak Communications for some signage in the back. And Dan Zettel with a little help with our new countertop and caulking for the windows. And my lovely wife, Susan Reese, for her painting skills. The fastball just outside. Hawkins now up in the count, 3 balls and a strike. Caleb Hawkins had a big series a year ago against these Jackson Jets as he swings through. Fastball now, a full count. Ministries full count. Hawkins was 3 for 7 with a double and 2 RBIs in 2 of the 3 games that he played in a year ago against Jackson College. 3-2 fly ball out to right field. Jamil Ramsey will get under it, and this time will make the catch with the ball up in the sun for the first out of the 6th inning. Brings to the plate Big J Sharla, center fielder for the Pioneers, who came on in the 2nd inning for Jake Burris, who was ejected after his first at-bat. There's a swing at the first pitch by Jay Sharla. He fouls it straight back. Sharla played in 2 games a year ago. Had 1 official at-bat. Fastball outside, called strike 2. He had a home run, a sacrifice fly, I think, and hit by a pitch as he pops that one off to the left side over the Pioneers dugout, just into the mulch area. Big Cedric Harris out of the dugout to snag that baseball. He got it before big Caleb Pika got a hold of it. No balls, 2 strikes to the Pioneers center fielder. Fastball misses way outside. Sharla, 5'9", 160-pound sophomore from Riverdale High School, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, just east of Nashville. Engineering major, son of Jake and DeLynn, and the brother to Rainey. And pitch just misses inside. Count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. He may not be the biggest young man out there, but he's got a lot of heart. He can put a charge in the ball, just like he did last year, and foul. Actually nubs that one. It does go foul, but got fisted. Brendan Cole came off the mound, hunting an out right there. Sometimes they're hard to come by, and if you can get an easy one, you want to take it. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sharla. Fouls another one straight back. Ethan Huddleston will hustle out after that one. It hit off the backstop and went into fair territory. Would have been a perfect bunt. Sharla swings and misses. Two outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Brings to the plate Ethan Huddleston, who is 1 for 2. Hit by a pitch and singled on a bunt. scored 2 runs. Young man from right down the road at Gallatin High School. He started to let one go there and takes called strike in his 3rd year here at Volunteer State Community College. 3-year starter. Got hurt after 12 games a year ago, and that ended his season, so ends up with a medical red shirt. Breaking pitch, tapped foul down first base line. Cal moves 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pioneers hoping this is their last at-bat of game 1 of the doubleheader. They lead 7-2. Jets would have to score 5 to keep playing. And the pitch just missed. Wouldn't have been surprised to see home plate umpire ring that one up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on. Huddleston won't take that pitch again. Breaking pitch in the dirt. We'll go to a full count Ministries. Full count. Susan Vamus checking in. Two pitch. Swung on and fouled off. Our first full count, first pitch foul ball of the day. 1 for 4 so far. Parents and grandfather of Mitch Vamus. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll do it again. Swinging a ground ball to third. Fernandez picks it up and throws to first base. Patton stretches toward home plate to make the grab for the 3rd out of the bottom of the 6th inning. So 1-2-3 inning for Brendan Cole. Take us to the 7th inning, last inning of game 1. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. We head to the last inning, top of the 7th inning here in Gallatin, Tennessee. The Pioneers have a 7-2 lead, trying to take game 2 of the 3-game series after winning yesterday's 9-inning affair 10-8 with 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th to take the lead. Dan Reinhardt back out on the mound for the Pioneers, trying to close this one out. He will face 8, 9, and 1 of the Jets lineup. Logan Christoffel looks at the first pitch. Misses down low. Christoffel 0 for 2 so far. Swings it to ground ball. Carter Vrabel reaches to his left, throws on to first base, and nice play by Carter Vrabel and Landon Godsey. Pull that one out of the dirt on a ball that looked for all the world like it was going to get into left field. Vrabel slid a little bit on his knees, I guess, to get to that ball. Made a nice play down there at third base to retire Logan Christoffel. It brings up Logan Angel. He swings at a breaking pitch and comes up empty. Well, hello to the fans of Jackson College who have checked in on the broadcast. Got emails from Susan Vamus again, parents of Mitch Vamus, along with grandfather Dave Lyons. Thank you for your email. And James Berry Sr., father of left fielder James Berry, who's gone big fly in this game. From Davison, Michigan are the Vamuses. Reinhardt now gone 3 balls and a strike. I was telling you yesterday that there was a player that played for the Full Count Rhythm, plays for Palm Beach Atlantic State University, the Sailfish. His name is Ryan Webster. I couldn't remember his name yesterday. As we have a Full Count Ministries Full Count. He played for the Full Count Rhythm, a college Woodbat Summer League team here in Hendersonville. Swing and a miss. And Logan Angel's gone down for the 3rd time. And all 3 pitches that he swung on to strike out have been out of the strike zone. He could have had 3 walks on the day, but instead he's got 3 strikeouts. He and Josh Burke, 3 strikeouts. James Berry steps to the plate, the son of James Berry Sr. Looks at a breaking pitch. Low and away. Berry is 2 for 3 today. He's had an infield single and a solo shot. Started to swing. I thought he went all the way through, but a check down with the base umpire says no, he did not. Count moves to 2 balls and no strikes, 2 outs. The Jets down to their last out here in game 1. Swing and a foul ball at the plate. Two runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Jackson College. 7 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Pioneers. Tapper foul down the first base line. Pitching coach Gary Goodwin sticks his left hand out to indicate I could have had that. Count goes 2-2. Now we go full. Full Count Ministries, full count. After the game, we'll have the Full Count Ministries verse or verses of the game. Swing and a miss. And down goes Berry. And that ends the game. A Pioneers win, as Marty Brenneman used to say with the Cincinnati Reds. And this one belongs to the Pioneers. Game that lasted almost 2 hours, just 7 minutes shy of 2 hours. We'll go final. Pioneers lead win 7-2 here in game 1 of the doubleheader. Game 2 should start in about 30 minutes from now. We will be back on the air after the Full Count Ministries verse of the day, Galatians 6:9-10. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers. Full Count Ministries.com if you want to see all that Full Count is doing for baseball players, not only in Middle Tennessee, but in the country and around the world. So for Athletic Director Bobby Hudson and Head Coach Jim McGuire, this is Tim Reese saying we'll be back in 30 minutes or less for Game 2 between the Vol State Pioneers and the Jackson College Jets. You've been listening to the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter.